concept. Hybridization. So here, to explain the covalent bond formation between the two atoms, there are different theories are there. In that, the one of the theory is, before this hybridization, valency bond theory, VBT. So this VBT explains the covalent bond formation between the two atoms. But this VBT is having some defects, drawbacks. So what are those? Before going to the hybridization concept, we should learn about what are the defects of this valency bond theory. The main defects of this valency bond theory is, number one, the unequal bond lengths in a BeCl2 molecule. Unequal bond lengths in a molecule. Especially here, which molecule means we have to take, for example, that is BeCl2 molecule. Actually, in this BeCl2 molecule, both bonds are same. In this BeCl2 molecule, both bonds are same. So same bonds means having equal bond length. Equal bond length. But according to VBT, in this BeCl2 molecule, we will get different types of bonds and to different bond lengths. To different bond lengths we will get. Okay. So then BeCl. Now I am going to explain the bond formation in a BeCl2 molecule according to the valency bond theory. So that is, it is a BeCl2 molecule. In this, central atom is beryllium. Now beryllium atomic number is 4. Electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2. So this is the ground state electronic configuration of the beryllium. In this, second shell is having 2s orbital. In that 2s orbital, 2 electrons are there. And here, second shell is the valence shell. In this valence shell, electrons are present in only 2s, but in the 2p, no electrons. That is in ground state. So it is a ground state electronic configuration of beryllium. Now in the first excited state, one of the electron from 2s orbital excited to the 2p level. Then if we can write the again electronic configuration in the first excited state, in the 2s, 1 electron is left, and in the 2p level, 1 electron. So this is the first excited state configuration of beryllium. Now in this first excited state, one s orbital having one electron and this p orbital, 2p orbital also having one electron. So now these two forms the bond with the p orbital of the chlorine. So here chlorine atomic number is 17. Now write the electronic configuration. I am going to write the electronic configuration here. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. So it is a first shell and it is a second shell. Now third shell is the valence shell here. In this valence shell, 3s is having 2 electrons and 3p is having 5 electrons, like this. Now in this is px orbital, py orbital, pz orbital. This pz orbital is having 1 electron, unpaired electron, so that the s orbital of a beryllium overlaps with p orbital of chlorine, forms one bond. So that here, this is the beryllium. Now this beryllium forms a bond with chlorine atom and also one more bond with another chlorine atom, but one of the bond is formed by the overlapping of s and p orbital of the chlorine, and one more bond is formed by the overlapping of p and p. So both are sigma bonds. So this is also sigma bond, this is also sigma bond, because these both bonds are formed by end to end overlapping, but the type of overlapping is one of the sigma bond is formed by the overlapping of sigma sp and one more sigma bond is formed by the overlapping of sigma pp. So sigma sp and pp overlappings are different. Therefore, from here we can understand that overlappings are different. Overlappings different means they are unequal bonds. They are unequal bonds. Therefore, they are having different bond lengths. They are having different bond lengths according to VBT. But experimentally, these both bond lengths in the BeCl2 are having equal bond lengths and they are equal bonds. But experimentally, both bonds and bond lengths in BeCl2 are equal. So this is could not explained by the how they are equal. How these two bond lengths are equal and these two bonds are equal could not explained by the valency bond theory. So this could not explained by VBT. So it is a main drawback. It is a main drawback of valency bond theory. And one more is the second drawback, that is The second drawback of VBT theory is it could not explain the bond angles in all molecules. So these are the main two drawbacks of the valency bond theory. To rectify this, the one more theory is introduced, that is hybridization theory. So now our concept, that is hybridization. Hybridization. So here, what is the main difference between the hybridization theory and valency bond theory means, according to valency bond theory, directly atomic orbitals present in the valence shell involves in the bond formation. But according to the hybridization theory, here atomic orbitals present in the valence shell first undergoes intermixing and forms a hybrid orbitals of equal energy and shape, so that hybrid orbitals involves in the bond formation. So the main difference is here VBT. According to VBT, directly atomic orbitals present in valence shell undergoes overlapping. But according to the hybridization here, one step is extra. According to the hybridization, first atomic orbitals intermixes. So these atomic orbitals on intermixing forms hybrid orbitals. So these hybrid orbitals involves in the overlapping and forms a bond. So especially that is sigma bond, because hybrid orbitals never forms pi bond. So that is note. Hybrid orbitals always forms sigma bond, but not pi bond. Okay, so then I am going to define the hybridization. What is hybridization means? The intermixing of atomic orbitals of slightly different energies to give a new set of hybrid orbitals of equal energy and shape, called as hybridization. Very simple. The atomic orbitals present in the valence shell of central atom undergoes intermixing process and forms a new set of hybrid orbitals. So now that hybrid orbitals involves in the overlapping and forms a bond. Especially these hybrid orbitals always forms sigma bond. That means hybrid orbitals always involves in the end-to-end overlapping, because the sigma bond is always formed by the end-to-end overlapping. So this is hybridization. So now, what are the conditions? Some points we have to remember in this hybridization process. That is, These hybrid orbitals are having always equal energy and shape. Hybrid orbitals are having equal energy and shape. And the number of hybrid orbitals are formed. Number of hybrid orbitals are formed is equals to number of atomic orbitals are mixing. Number of atomic orbitals are mixing. Whereas these atomic orbitals are having maybe different energy. Different energy or same energy. Emaina undaju. So these atomic orbitals may have different energy or same energy, but they intermixes and forms hybrid orbitals. So how many atomic orbitals are mixing, then that many hybrid orbitals will be produced. So this is the condition. This is the condition for the hybridization concept. So then here we have different hybridizations. Different hybridizations. In that, so based on the number of atomic orbitals are intermixing, here hybridization is divided into different types. In that, first one is sp hybridization, second one is sp2 hybridization, next one is sp3 hybridization, sp3d hybridization, sp3d2 hybridization, sp3d3 hybridization. Like that, hybridization is divided into different types based on the number of atomic orbitals are intermixing. So now one by one we are going to discuss. In the first one is sp hybridization. sp hybridization. So what is sp hybridization means here? How we can define this sp hybridization means the intermixing of one s orbital and one p orbital to give the two new set of hybrid orbitals of equal energy and shape. So here one s orbital and one p orbital undergoes intermixing process and forms a two new set of hybrid orbitals. That hybrid orbitals are having equal energy and shape. So how it will be produced? How they are produced? We will see now. So now s orbital shape is spherical shape. Okay, and p orbital shape is dumbbell shape. So this is s orbital, this is p orbital. So these are atomic orbitals. So these are atomic orbitals. So these atomic orbitals intermixes and forms a two new sp hybrid orbitals. So this is one sp hybrid orbital and this is another sp hybrid orbital. So this is sp hybrid orbital and sp hybrid orbital. These sp hybrid orbitals are arranged in linear geometry like this along the internuclear axis. This is a internuclear axis. So these two sp hybrid orbitals whatever produced, they are arranged linearly along this internuclear axis. So that's why their bond angle is 180 degrees. 180 degrees. So What are the characteristic properties of this sp hybridization means? So this sp hybridization is having linear geometry, and bond angle is 180 degrees. S character is 50% and P character is 50%. So that's why this is also called as linear hybridization. It is also called as linear hybridization. Okay. Now, what are the examples? What are the examples for this? sp hybridization means BeCl2 molecule, BeF2 molecule, CO2 molecule, CS2 molecule, C2H2 molecule, HCN molecule. So like this. So these are the different examples for this sp hybridization. Now in that, now we are going to discuss one of the example, that is formation of BeCl2 molecule. Formation of BeCl2 molecule. In this BeCl2 molecule, the central atom is beryllium. In this BeCl2 molecule, central atom is beryllium. So beryllium atomic number is 5. Electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2. So here 2 shells are there. Second shell is the valence shell. In this valence shell, 2s is having 2 electrons, but in 2p, no electrons. So this is ground state configuration. And in first excited state, one of the electron excites from 2s level to 2p level. Then one electron is left in the 2s orbital and one more electron will be present in 2p orbital. Then this is the first excited state configuration of beryllium. In this first excited state, now this one s orbital and this one p orbital both undergoes intermixing and forms 2 sp hybrid orbitals. So whatever these 2 sp hybrid orbitals are formed, they are arranged in linearly. So this is about beryllium. So beryllium is the central atom here. In this beryllium, in the valence shell and again in the first excited state, one s orbital and one p orbital undergoes intermixing process and forms a hybrid orbitals. So here 2 atomic orbitals are mixing. So that's why 2 sp hybrid orbitals are formed. So now one more atom is there here, that is chlorine. Chlorine. Here chlorine atomic number is 17 and electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Now here total 3 shells are there. Third shell is the valence shell. In this valence shell, 3s having 2 electrons and 3p is having 5 electrons. Like this. And this is px orbital, py orbital, pz orbital. So this pz orbital is having one unpaired electron, so that pz orbital involves in the overlapping process with the hybrid orbitals of beryllium and forms bonds. That is bonds. I will show now here. See. So beryllium is forming 2 hybrid orbitals. Those 2 hybrid orbitals are sp hybrid orbitals are arranged like this in the linear. So this is sp and sp. This is one electron and another electron. Like this, each orbital is having, each sp hybrid orbital is having one unpaired electron. And after that, this is about beryllium hybrid orbitals. Now, with these sp hybrid orbitals of beryllium, the pz orbital of the chlorine undergoes overlapping process, that is end-to-end overlapping, and forms a sigma bond. So pz orbital, p orbital is having dumbbell shape. So that's why the overlapping is present like this. So this is one bond, and this is pz of chlorine, and this is one sigma bond formed by sp and p overlapping. And one more chlorine is there. That one more chlorine also having pz orbital. That pz orbital undergoes overlapping process with sp hybrid orbital of beryllium and forms a bond. So this is a pz of chlorine, and it is a sigma bond. It is formed by sp-p overlap. So here now, in the bond formation, its equivalent structure we can draw like this. That is, this is the central atom beryllium, and here bond with chlorine, and this side bond with chlorine, and here bond angle is 180 degrees, and this is one sigma bond, this is another sigma bond. These both sigma bonds, total 2 sigma bonds are there. That 2 sigma bonds also formed by sp p overlapping. So that's why these 2 bonds are equal. 2 bonds are equal according to hybridization. But how these 2 bonds are equal could not explained by valency bond theory. So but these 2 bonds are how they are equal explained by hybridization theory in this manner. So, and here geometry is linear geometry. BeCl2 molecule geometry is linear, and bond angle is 180 degrees. Here S character is 50% plus P character is 50%. So these are the characteristics of this sp hybridization, including example. And the remaining example, all the examples I will explain after completion of this all hybridization concept. So this is about sp hybridization. After that, the second hybridization, that is sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization. So how we can define this? sp2 hybridization means the intermixing of one s orbital and 2 p orbitals to give 3 new set of hybrid orbitals of equal energy and shape, called as sp2 hybridization. So total here, one s orbital and 2 p orbitals are undergoing intermixing process. So how they intermixes, now we'll see here. I am showing diagrammatically. Now see here, one s orbital means its shape is spherical, and p orbital means its shape is dumbbell, like this, and one more is like this, 2 p orbitals. All these intermixes and forms total. This is px and this is py, and these are all these are what? Atomic orbitals. So these atomic orbitals intermixes and forms the hybrid orbitals. Total here 3 atomic orbitals are intermixing. So 3 hybrid orbitals are formed. So that is, this is sp2, and this is also sp2. So the geometry of this one is trigonal planar, and here bond angle is 120 degrees, and here S character is 33.33%, and P character is 66.66%. So these are the characteristic properties of sp2 hybridization. And what are the examples? What are the main examples for this? sp2 hybridization means BCl3, BF3, AlCl3, HCHO, formaldehyde, graphite, benzene, SO2, SO3. So like this, these are the examples for the sp2 hybridization, different examples. And one more example is C2H4 ethylene. So these are main examples for the sp2 hybridization. Now from these examples, one of the example I am going to explain, that is formation of BCl3. So in this BCl3, the central atom is boron. Boron atomic number is 5. Electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. So here total 2 shells are there. In these 2 shells, the second shell is the valence shell. In this valence shell, 2s is having 2 electrons, and this 2p is having 1 electron. So it is a ground state configuration. Now in the excited state, one of the electron excites from 2s level to 2p level. Then electronic configuration becomes 2s1, and here 2p2. So this is first excited state configuration. First excited state configuration. In this first excited state configuration of boron, one s orbital and 2 p orbitals undergoes intermixing and forms 3 new set of hybrid orbitals of equal energy and shape, like this. This one s orbital and these 2 p orbitals. So like that, 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals are formed. 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals are formed. So these 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals are arranged in trigonal planar geometry. And we know that already one more element is there here, chlorine. That chlorine is having one unpaired electron in a pz orbital, how like I explained in the before example. So now, whatever the 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals are formed in the boron, the 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals are arranged in a trigonal planar geometry, like this. So this is about boron, and it is a sp2 hybrid orbital, sp2 hybrid orbital, and sp2 hybrid orbital of boron. So each hybrid orbital having 1 electron. Now these hybrid orbitals overlaps with the pz orbital of chlorine. So that pz orbital is having dumbbell shape, we know. This is a sigma bond, and this sigma bond this is a PZ of chlorine, and it is a sigma bond formed by sp to p overlapping. And like that, here one more bond will be formed like this. So it is also PZ of chlorine, and it is also sigma bond. And like this, one more bond, and it is also PZ of chlorine. So its equivalent structure I am drawing here. The middle element is, that is central atom is boron. The remaining elements are, the remaining three elements are chlorine, and three bonds are formed like this. So it is a trigonal planar geometry. Trigonal planar geometry, and here the bond angle is 120 degrees. So here trigonal planar geometry, bond angle is 120 degrees. S character is 33.33%. P character is 66.66%. So these are the characteristic properties of BCl3 molecule. Total 3 sigma bonds are formed. These 3 sigma bonds are also formed by sigma sp2 p overlapping. Okay, so this is BCl3 molecule and about sp2 hybridization. And after that, the next hybridization, that is the third hybridization, is sp3 hybridization. So what is sp3 hybridization means? The intermixing of one s orbital and 3 p orbitals to give the 4 new set of hybrid orbitals of equal energy and shape, called as sp3 hybridization. Now, how these 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals are formed? Now I will show diagrammatically. That is, here s orbital shape is spherical, and the p orbitals, 3 p orbitals, are present like this, and one more like this. So this is pz, this is py, and this is px, and these all are atomic orbitals. Now these all atomic orbitals intermixes, so there are 4 atomic orbitals are mixing here. Therefore 4 hybrid orbitals are formed. So these 4 hybrid orbitals are arranged in tetrahedral geometry. This is sp3, sp3, sp3. So all are sp3 hybrid orbitals. So here geometry is tetrahedral. Tetrahedral geometry, and bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes here. So here bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes, and S character is here 25%, whereas P character is here 75%. So what are the examples? What are the examples for this sp3 hybridization means? CH4, C2H6, CCl4, diamond, so like these examples we can give for this. In that, the formation of CH4 now we'll see. First one, formation of CH4, methane. So how this methane molecule will be formed, I will see. In this, the central atom is carbon. Carbon atomic number is 6. Electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Here total 2 shells are there. Second shell is the valence shell. In this valence shell, 2s is having 2 electrons, and this 2p is having 2 electrons. So this is the ground state configuration. Now in this excited state, in the first excited state, one of the 2s electron excites to 2p level. So that here it is 1 electron left in the 2s level, and 2p is having now 3 electrons. So this is the first excited state configuration. Then in this first excited state, 1 s orbital and these 3 p orbitals intermixes and forms total 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals of equal energy and shape. So this is about formation of sp3 hybrid orbitals in the central atom of carbon. Now one more element, hydrogen, is there here. That hydrogen atomic number is 1 and its electronic configuration is 1s1. So it is having 1 electron in the s level. So after that, whatever the hybrid orbitals, 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals are formed in the carbon, that sp3 hybrid orbitals arranged in a tetrahedral geometry like this. So these are the 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals of carbon. Each hybrid orbital is having 1 electron here. Now these sp3 hybrid orbitals of carbon undergoes overlapping with s orbital of hydrogen. Hydrogen is having spherical shape, 1 bond. So here another bond. Like that, there are 4 bonds are forming here. That 4 bonds are also same, one type, sp3s. So its equivalent structure is, the middle one is carbon. This carbon is forming the bond with here 4 hydrogens. So here it is hydrogen. And it is having tetrahedral geometry. And here the bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes. Now what are the characteristic properties of this CH4? Here the hybridization is sp3 and the geometry is tetrahedral, and here bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes, and S character is 25% and P character is 75%. Total 4 sigma bonds are forming. These 4 sigma bonds are also same type, that is formed by sp3s overlap. So this is the formation of CH4. And after this, next one, formation of, next one is formation of C2H6. C2H6 means it is a ethane. So how this C2H6 will be formed, I will see. In this C2H6, carbon undergoes sp3 hybridization. We know already, just like how I explained in the before example, atomic number is 4, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2 2p2 ground state. Now in excited state, one of the electron excites to 2p level. Then here in the 2s 1 electron, and in the 2p 3 electrons. So this is the first excited state configuration. In this first excited state configuration, one s orbital and 3 p orbitals undergoes intermixing and forms 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. Here total 2 carbons are there. That 2 carbons also undergoes sp3 hybridization. These sp3 hybrid orbitals, whatever form, that sp3 hybrid orbitals are arranged now tetrahedral geometry like this. So these are the sp3 hybrid orbitals of one of the carbon. Now one more carbon is there. Here each sp3 hybrid orbital having 1 electron. One more carbon is there. That one more carbon also undergoes sp3 hybridization and forms 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. From that 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, one of the hybrid orbital overlaps with this first one and forms a bond. And arranged in tetrahedral geometry like this. So this is sp3 and sp3 hybrid orbital of another carbon, each having 1 electron. So here like that, between the 2 carbon atoms, one sigma bond is formed. That sigma bond is formed by sp3 overlapping. The remaining sp3 hybrid orbitals now overlaps with hydrogen, forms a bond. That is sigma bond. Like this. So it is a sigma bond. This sigma bond is formed by sp3s overlapping. So its equivalent structure is I am drawing. The first element is carbon. Carbon is forming the bond with carbon, sigma bond, and the remaining 6 hydrogens are arranged like this. And here the geometry is tetrahedral. Each carbon geometry is tetrahedral. How it will be, I will show you. So like this. Around the carbon, tetrahedral geometry will be present. So here bond angle is 109 degrees, 28 minutes. And so the characteristic of this C2H6 molecule. So molecule formula is C2H6. Hybridization is sp3 hybridization. Geometry is tetrahedral. Bond angle is 109 degrees, 28 minutes. S character is 25%. P character is 75%. And total 7 sigma bonds are present. In that 7 sigma bonds, 1 sigma bond is formed by sp3 overlapping. The remaining 6 sigma bonds are formed by sp3s overlapping. So these are the characteristics of C2H6 molecule, that is ethane molecule. That means the C2H6 structure lo manaki, in this C2H6 structure, around the carbon, all sigma bonds are there. Once observe all of, no pi bond. So it is a fix always around the carbon. If all sigma bonds are present, then that carbon hybridization is sp3. Always. So this is formation of C2H6 molecule. After that, second one, formation of C2H4 molecule. C2H4 means it is a ethylene molecule. So, formation of ethylene molecule. Here the central atom is, in this carbon undergoes sp2 hybridization. So how it undergoes sp2 hybridization? Now we'll see. That is, the central atom is carbon. So here carbon atomic number is here 6. Electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. It is a ground state electronic configuration. Now in the excited state, one of the electron excites to 2p level. Then in the 2s it is having 1 electron, and 2p is having here 3 electrons. This is the first excited state configuration. In this first excited state configuration, one s orbital and 2 p orbital undergoes hybridization and forms 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. And these 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals are arranged in trigonal planar geometry. Whatever the another orbital is present that is not involved in the hybridization is called as pure orbital. It is a pure orbital, or it is also called as unhybridized orbital. Unhybrid orbital. Okay, so like that, total 2 carbon atoms are there. That 2 carbon atoms also undergoes sp2 hybridization, and they are having trigonal planar geometry. So that 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals of each carbon atom having the hybridization that is sp2, like this. So this is sp2, 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 each are having 1 electron. So as well as here carbon also having one unhybrid orbital. That unhybrid orbital is a p orbital. P orbital shape is dumbbell shape, we know. So this is p orbital. Okay, this is about first carbon. Now second carbon also undergoes sp2 hybridization and forms 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. From that, one of the sp2 hybrid orbitals overlaps with first one. The remaining are arranged like this. So here sp2, sp2, and this is sp2. Each are having 1 electron, and here one sigma bond is forming. That sigma bond is formed by sp2 sp2 overlapping, and as well as one carbon, this carbon also having one unhybrid orbital, that is p orbital. Okay, the remaining sp2 hybrid orbitals overlaps with hydrogen. So like this sigma bonds are formed. These sigma bonds are formed by sp2s overlapping. Now these p orbitals undergo sidewise overlapping, like this. Overlapping takes places from top to bottom, but the bond is one only. So it is a pi bond. So its equivalent structure is, so first carbon is forming the bond with carbon, a sigma bond is formed. After that, one pi bond is formed. Remaining bonds with hydrogens, like this. And here around the carbon each having trigonal planar geometry environment, like this. and here bond angle is 120 degrees. So now what are the characteristics of this C2H4 molecule? I will see. Molecule is C2H4. Hybridization is sp2. Geometry is trigonal planar. And S character is 33.33%. P character is 66.66%. And here total 5 sigma bonds are forming. In that 5 sigma bonds, 1 sigma bond is formed by sp2 overlapping. Remaining 4 sigma bonds are formed by sp2s overlapping, and 1 p pi bond is forming. So here 1 p pi bond is forming. So these are the characteristic properties of C2H4 molecule. Okay. So in this, around the carbon, 1 double bond is forming and 2 single bonds are forming. Observe here, all of you. So here the carbon hybridization is sp2. So around the carbon, if double bond is present, always the carbon hybridization is sp2. So carbon with double bond always carbon with double bond is always sp2 hybridization. Okay. So this is formation of sp2 molecule. Sorry, C2H4 molecule. After that, third one, formation of C2H2 molecule. C2H2 molecule, or it is also called as acetylene. Okay. Now in this also, the central atom is carbon, and carbon atomic number is 6. So here electronic configuration of ground state, and directly I am writing here excited state. 1s2, 2s1, 2p3. Here 2s is having 1 electron, 2p is having 3 electrons. So this is the first excited state configuration. Now in this first excited state configuration, 1 s orbital and 1 p orbital undergoes intermixing and forms 2 sp hybrid orbitals. Whatever these 2 sp hybrid orbitals are formed arranged in linear geometry, and these remaining 2 are called as anhybrid orbitals. Anhybrid orbitals, or these are also called as pure orbitals. Okay. So now this is about first carbon, and the other carbon also undergoes sp hybridization and forms 2 sp hybrid orbitals. Whatever the sp hybrid orbitals are formed, that sp hybrid orbitals will be arranged in linear geometry like this. So this is sp and sp, each having 1 electron, and as well as each carbon is having 2 unhybridized orbitals, p orbitals. So these are the p orbitals, pure orbitals. And this is about first carbon. That another carbon also having sp hybridization, and that sp hybrid orbitals overlaps with this first carbon sp hybrid orbital like this. So here 1 sigma bond is formed, and this sigma bond is formed by sigma sp overlapping, and sp, we have one electron, and this carbon also having 2 pure orbitals like this. And remaining sp hybrid orbitals now overlaps with s orbital of hydrogen. So this is the sigma bond formed by sps. And now these pure orbitals undergo sidewise overlapping. So this is the one overlapping. So this is one pi bond and another overlapping like this. Another pi bond. Okay. So now its equivalent structure is first carbon forming a sigma bond with another carbon and remaining pi bonds like this. And remaining hydrogens are like this. So what are the characteristic properties of this molecule? We'll see now. Molecule is C2H2. Hybridization is sp. Geometry is linear. Bond angle is 180 degrees. Bond angle is 180 degrees. S character is 50%. P character also 50%. And here total 3 sigma bonds are present. In that, one sigma bond is formed by sp overlapping, and remaining 2 sigma bonds are formed by sps overlapping, and total 2 pi bonds are there. Those are p pi bonds, pi bonds. Okay, so this is information about C2H2 molecule. In this, around the carbon, we are having one triple bond. So around the carbon triple bond is present means always the hybridization is sp. So always in organic compounds, around the carbon all single bonds are present, then that carbon hybridization is sp3. Around the carbon, if one double bond is present, then that carbon hybridization is sp2. Around the carbon, a triple bond is present like this, then that hybridization is sp. Around the carbon, 2 successive double bonds are present like this, then also hybridization is sp. So this is hybridization of the carbon atom in organic compounds. Always this is fixed for organic compounds. So for example, one example I am giving like this. So then hybridization of each and every carbon atom here, carbon having double bond sp2 here, this is sp2 and sp3, this is sp2, sp2, this is sp and this is sp3. So like that, one line system I am taking. Okay, so like this is given means the hybridization of this carbon is sp3. Here it is sp3. This is also sp3. This is also sp3. This is sp and this is sp. Here it is sp2 because of double bond. Here also sp because of double bond. sp due to double bond. sp due to double bond. And this is sp3. And one more example. So like this is given, then hybridization is the carbon hybridization here it is sp3, this is sp2, this is sp because successive double bonds are there, and this is sp2 because only one double bond. This is sp, this is sp2, and this is sp2, and this is sp3. So like this, we